Hello, Cancer. Welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I just reached 1,000 subscribers, a huge milestone for YouTube content providers, and I am so grateful. I'm just still celebrating. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody who's subscribed, everybody who's my viewer. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful. I will always thank you with every single video because I know without you, my channel wouldn't be what it is now. So, yes, please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe today, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm just really excited. This channel is really it's turning out to be way better than you know, when Spirit led me to do this channel, I was a little concerned. I didn't know why, but now I can see why, and I'm very happy. Okay, so for those of you who are new and don't know, I'm also an author. I'm writing an action adventure love story series on superhero twin flames. It's called Perception, the Two Yet One, book 1 here. I just read book 1 aloud live on Facebook, and I've uploaded all of those videos here to YouTube for you to enjoy. If you've already read book 1 or watched all those videos, book 2 is written and published and available. These absolutely beautiful, very well made paperbacks are available on Kindle Direct Publishing. They are $15.99 each plus shipping. If you have Amazon Prime, your shipping will be free. Okay. Okay. So today I am still going to be using the Forest of Enchantment Tarot by Linnea Weatherstone and Marilla Allwood. This is a beautiful tarot which likens the spiritual journey to a journey through an enchanted forest. This is the type of forest that you find in Europe and mostly English forests, UK forests. This has fairy tales in it and, you know, folklore. These are all magical animals. So I'm really enjoying this deck. At the end of the reading, I'll be pulling at least 3 oracles from the fairies, of the Oracle of the Fairies by Karen Kay and artwork by Ginger Kelly. I'm really, really loving this deck. And because it is now spring, I have, instead of the little pot of gold for your abundance visual, I brought back the ladybug. I couldn't think of anything more appropriate for the spring visual than the ladybug. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, when you look at an abundance visual, what it does is it brings the vibration of abundance into your vibration. So if you don't know what the ladybug means, go ahead and Google ladybug spirit totem or ladybug spiritual meaning, and you'll see why that is an abundance visual. So while I'm doing the reading, if you just look at the ladybug and feel the abundance coming into your vibration, that's how it works. Okay, so after the fairy oracle, I'm going to pull a card from the Botanical Inspirations deck by Lynn Araujo. This is a really beautiful deck that is just flowers. The artist, Pierre Joseph Redoute, he lived between 1759 and 1840. Marie Antoinette hired him to decorate the walls of her chateau, and Empress Josephine, the Empress of Napoleon, she asked him to go to the Chateau de Malmaison to paint the flowers of her garden. And so this is how we have these beautiful cards. Back in the old days, if you gave somebody a flower, there was something to it. Okay, there was a message in the flower itself. So this is the language of the flowers, and I feel that the spirits that will give us these flowers are the flower sprites. Okay, so as a reader, I read minor arcana cards as messages about your free will. And I read major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint, which is the plan that you created before you incarnated, so that you would hopefully encounter and learn certain lessons of life that, when learned, raise the vibration of your soul. As you go lifetime after lifetime raising your soul's vibration, eventually you get to a lifetime where you may experience enlightenment. So we're dealing with a kind of destiny because you wrote your divine blueprint, but anything can be changed with free will. If you choose not to learn a certain lesson, it usually keeps coming back over and over again during your lifetime, but sometimes they just go away, and you just have to sign up for that for another lifetime. Sometimes something absolutely has to happen or absolutely cannot happen, and you wrote that into your divine blueprint, yes, but that's more of a fate, more of a destiny type energy there. And I am usually told about those with the Wheel of Fortune, which you don't have, okay? So let's start here, right here in the middle, at the heart of everything. So at the heart of everything, you've got the Keeper of Spells. Now, this deck doesn't have reversed meanings, but for the people cards, such as the Keepers, which are actually the Kings, they do have shadow traits, okay? So this is a person in your life. The spells is the fire energy. So this is Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. There could be a masculine fire sign in your life. And I say masculine not because it's a man. These are energies. There can be women out there that are more masculine than feminine. So and also, it doesn't have to be a fire sign. It can just be somebody who is in this shadow trait right now, including yourself. So let me go ahead and look this up here in the book. I did read the entire book one weekend. You can see that it's not, it's not hard to read. It's got big pictures and stuff like that here. But I can't memorize all of this. And I do want to, the women who created this deck did go through a lot of trouble for the depictions and the messages behind them, and so that's why I'm using this. I'm not going to just read the traditional meaning of this here. So the shadow traits, although these are very similar to the regular meanings, I'm going to stick with the book here. So shadow traits is hot-tempered, vain, egocentric, arrogant, doesn't like to share his toys, ignores the rules, and autocratic. Okay, so there is somebody like this in your life. If this is not a person, it can mean a time of powerful advancement for an endeavor or a movement. It says to embolden others in creative and positive ways. But since this is the shadow trait, I don't know how much of that part is true. I just think that there's somebody in your life who's embodying this hot-tempered, vain, egocentric, arrogant energy, somebody who doesn't like to share, and somebody who ignores the rules, okay? So that's you or somebody in your life. Now, the energy that is crossing this, which is what is at the heart of everything at this time, is the Eight of Visions, okay? So Visions is Cups energy, your energy, water energy. And the Eight of Cups is usually about walking away. However, that's not what we've got here, okay? Looking at this picture, when I first saw this, I thought this was the same woman in different times of her life, but apparently it's not. These are all different women who got stuck in sadness, okay? If you've ever seen the Never-Ending Story, the Swamps of Sadness, it's that kind of thing. Okay, it's like something can really pull you down. And these women let that happen. They are mourning for something that they lost so much that after they died, this is their existence. They've just got, just to continue searching for something that they are just so, look at them, they're lost. It's very sad. Let me just look up this Eight of Visions here. Okay, so this means withdrawing from life, extended solitude, the dangers of depression, and being swamped by grief. Okay, so this is disenchantment with life. You're feeling sick of life. So this is either you or this person feeling like this. Okay? If you're dealing with a person who is like this, it could be because they're feeling like this. Okay? And if you're dealing with a person like this and it just feels so oppressive, then it could be leaving you feeling like this. Now, I just think that there's some of you that agree with the first thing and others of you that are resonating with the second thing I just said about these, okay? So this is just succumbing to the sadness in life, okay? And you'll see the echo of that down here. Now, this is the energy that is at the root of everything, and that's exactly what this means. This is basically disenchantment with life. You're bored. The Four of Visions is when you're just so sick of everything and you're so bored that you don't see the wonder that is around you. You don't see the gift that Spirit is trying to show you, because Spirit has already given you these things. You just aren't recognizing it. He doesn't recognize the magical dragonfly above him. He doesn't recognize these beautiful flowers that are probably rare. He doesn't recognize the skill and agility of this beautiful bird fishing. Is that a kingfisher? I don't know. He doesn't recognize that there are lotuses right here, which are a symbol of enlightenment. You know, he's just disenchanted with life. So I just really feel now, like I said, this person in the center, it's either you or this person is feeling like this, okay? But I feel more like this is you. I feel that you are just really feeling sad right now. You're just sick of everything. And you know, I've been kind of feeling like that a little bit as well. So maybe it's just kind of written in the stars for us right now. Everybody's feeling just kind of tired and withdrawn, you know. Now this is the energy that's moving out of your life at this time. And man, this is a good energy to be moving out of your life. And I hope it doesn't come back in. Okay, this is the seeker of challenges. Okay. Now, the seekers are the knights, and he sure looks like a knight, and the challenges are the swords. And so I think that you can see that right here in this guy. And as calm as he looks just standing there, he's actually an upstart. He wants to get into trouble. He wants to shake things up. He wants to look, you know, big, bad, and tough, okay? But when he's in reverse, he's in his shadow traits. So I'm going to look that up. Hang on here. And he's a, you know, when he's right side up, you know, he's a dick. So, I mean, upside down, he's got to be worse. But I'm going to go ahead and read it for you. All right, so shadow traits. He's quarrelsome, ruthless in the attainment of his goals. He's belligerent, hot-tempered, attacks with no warning, and must win at all costs. Okay. Wow, this sounds a lot like the guy in the center. Okay, so you've got, now I really feel like this, I mean, this is the same guy, okay? So I know he's bugging you, okay? But he's on his way out, okay? Or man, I really hope this isn't two people, okay? But they're both upside down. They're both really cranky, arrogant guys. So I think that, see, that this is still what's going on with you. I think that you're dealing with most of it here because this is represented by king energy and this is represented by knight energy. Okay, so I think probably the most of the fights with this person is passing out of your life, but there's still stuff that you've got to finish up here. And I think what this is that you've got to get yourself out of these doldrums that you're in. Okay, don't let this person weigh you down this way. Okay, so as a reader, these two cards for me are future cards. And okay, I'm really glad to see this, Cancer. Okay, this is the manifesting energy of sunlight. Sunlight is the sun in all the other decks. The sun is the happiest card in the tarot. The presence of the sun in a reading means that everything that looks negative, which is pretty much everything so far, it's not as bad as it could be, okay? And it's going to be better. Now, this is in your future. It's manifesting. This is still a possibility because it's upside down, but its presence in your reading is blessing your reading, okay? So this is saying that true happiness, contentment, all your wishes coming true, love, joy, abundance, everything that you could ever hope for, happiness is coming. Okay, that's what this is. This is the happiest card in the tarot. So you are manifesting happiness. It is coming. However, since it's upside down, it is still just a possibility because it's in a future position. It's not fully manifested. However, I just feel like, wow, look at, I had my thumb on top of this sun. Do you feel like it's shining? It's trying to burst its way out from behind my thumb. That's what I was feeling just now. So I think that it's doing its best to come out and shine on your life, Cancer. Now, this is the other future card, and I just feel like this one's going to happen first. It's right side up, it's fully manifested, and it goes right into what you're feeling right here in the rest of your reading here. This is a lot like disenchantment in life. This is a lot like just being sad. Okay, this is the Five of Boons. The Boons is Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy. The fives are change. So something is going to change and it's going to make you feel like you've been abandoned, like you've been left out in the cold, okay? But the most important thing for you to understand is don't get caught up in this any more than you've already been. These boys were abandoned by their family out in the forest, which unfortunately used to happen a lot back in the day of the enchanted forests. And they were sent out into the woods with just crumbs of food and one cloak or one blanket or whatever. They are surrounded by snow. They are so upset about being abandoned that they only have crumbs for food, that they're out in the snow with no shelter, that they aren't looking around. They don't see these magical strawberries that are growing right behind them, okay? Because of this concentration on the sadness. They are really like in it. They are so concentrated on how sad they are. They can't see these blessings. These are magical strawberries, okay? They don't grow in the snow. Didn't I say that already? But here is like, look at them. They have crumbs of food, okay? But if they were in more of a gratitude type feeling, okay, here's the thing, okay? This is the glass is half empty. You have to look at things like the glass is half full, okay? If their attitude, the glass is half empty. We're out here and we're not outside. We're out here in the cold. Yeah, but you've got this cloak. You've got this blanket. What if they didn't have that blanket? Oh my God, we're abandoned. We don't have any food. All we have are these little crumbs of food. But what if you didn't have those little crumbs of food, right? So if they were just grateful no matter what and happy with life no matter what, they would say to themselves, well, you know, at least we have this blanket, or at least we have this food, at least this is a very beautiful forest. And then they look around and they find food right away, just by appreciating the beauty of the forest that they're in. They're not inside a home, no, but they're on their planet Earth. So if they looked around, they'd see that there was food. Then one thing would be provided, and then they would follow these food, you know, in a trail that goes all the way to this place, which I feel is their soul family. That somebody there is going to take them in. Somebody there is going to feed them and let them be their little boys. So this is the advice, because you have been in this place, okay? This is you. You've been sad, you're disenchanted with life, you're just like life sucks right now, okay? This is how you're feeling, okay? But this light is this one. Okay, do you see? You know, when I was doing that with my thumb, it's trying to shine. It's trying to burn away the fog of the cold here. It's trying to pull you in, okay? It's there. So you just have to look around. Just start being grateful for the most smallest things, okay? To get yourself into the glass is half full mentality, and just being very humble. Just be grateful for what you do have, truly grateful, truly humble, and you will be blessed, okay? Now here is your hope, okay? So there's something here that you're hoping for that isn't good for you. This is the liar. This is the devil. But, you know, it could also be a Capricorn. You might have your eye on a Capricorn and you are hoping for them. If you are not hoping a Capricorn comes into your life, then this is something that is not good for you. This is something that is toxic. This could be, what could you be hoping for that would be like a prison? Well, sometimes jobs are like prisons, where if you don't enjoy your job, then that's what it is. You're bound to something that makes your life terrible, and so that's devil energy. There is, it could even be this person that you've got your heart set on, this fire sign in the reverse, this reversed Knight of Swords who just wants to be, you know, a pill. So maybe you're hoping that they're going to chill out, but this is telling you, Cancer, if you're hoping that this person, maybe you're in love with them and they've been really horrible to you or something, they're not good for you. And I know that can be really hard. I really do. And if you end up breaking up with this person and they say something like, well, whatever, I don't care, you're going to feel left out in the cold, okay? But here's the thing. I want you to not feel left out in the cold. Understand that, you know, you got out of the jaws of a gator or something here, and just turn around and look at the blessings that you've got, okay? It's like, because look at this, like if the obviously these boys' family, I don't want to judge them, but they weren't right for these boys in the first place, because they wouldn't have left them out in the forest. So I'm thinking that what happens is, you know, sometimes you got to go through some crap to get to where you really belong. Okay? So because it's these people in this little cabin here that these boys really belong with. And so if they didn't go through this abandonment, they wouldn't be able to find their true life. And I just feel like this is what's waiting for you, Cancer. Now, here's what's going on in your environment, or this is your current state of being, okay? This is the Death card. This is the Black Shuck, okay? And he is in reverse. So there is change coming in. Huge change, okay? So the Death card rarely means physical death, okay? And seeing the Black Shuck doesn't mean that you're, you know, this is your, now you're going to die or anything. That's not going to happen. But what this is saying is this is major change. And like I was saying about this particular card, which this is all hinging on here, this is a 5. The 5 is the number of change, okay? Also, this is the card of your fellow water sign Scorpio, and so there could be a Scorpio manifesting into your life who may be giving you some good advice or something that'll create this change, but there's a huge change coming, okay? And you're going to end up feeling left out in the cold, but like I said, it's probably one of the best things for you, okay? I know that's hard energy to deal with. I really do. I have experience with it. Okay, so now we get to your fears, and this is the Moonlight card. So you've got the sun and the moon. Cancer, I just realized you guys they're both reversed, okay? But when you get the sun and the sun is the masculine, the moon is the feminine. Our whole way of life, everything here on earth comes from these two energies in their dance of balance. Feminine and masculine. zeros and ones, binary code. This is how our world works. So there is to me, this is some kind of a promise that there could be, if you identify yourself as a masculine, your feminine may be coming in. If you identify yourself as a feminine, your masculine could be coming in. This is why I have my characters. This is the moon, this is the sun. His name is Sunshine, he is the sun. Her name is Luna, and she is the moon, okay? And that is one of the most powerful things about them is their names, their totems, because this is the two most powerful energies on in our plane, in our existence, how we live, okay? So there's one thing about this moon. But this is also, this is your fear, okay? So the moonlight does talk about fears. It does talk about secrets, things that are in the dark, things that you can't see, deception, people getting things over on you. But this also has to do with intuition. And this is also the card of your other water sign, fellow water sign of Pisces. So now I'm feeling like that's really interesting. You've got, all we need is the fairy wind, which would be the chariot, and I would have the major arcana cards for all three water signs. But so it's like you've got your two sisters or two brothers in energy here with you. That's very interesting. With this change, so I think what you're afraid of is some sort of deception or treachery that you just can't see, but you can feel it coming, okay? And it's upside down though, so this isn't fully manifested, so I feel like as a fear card, it could mean that this is not, you might be fearing this, and so that's why this is here, but it's not really there. It's an illusion because the moon also has the element of of an illusion, okay? Like this, like I'm saying, this feels like this is an illusion for them. Just they're just concentrated on each other. But if you just think about it, the reality of where they are is the truth. Okay, this right here in their little bubble is a deception. Everything around them is the reality. Okay, so now this is odd because I just did Pisces, and this was in the exact same position. And I tell you guys, I shuffle, man. I really shuffle these cards in between each of these readings, and I still get at least one card from the previous reading because I do water signs on Thursdays. So you guys' element energy is you guys are close. You're like brothers or sisters, you know what I mean, in energy. Anyway, so this was in the exact same position, and it was right side up. And this is all about a young person. This is the child of spells, so this is the people card, okay? The child represents the pages. The spells are the wands. Do you have all your elements? You've got earth, air, fire, and water. You do. Okay, so you're working with all of your elements here, okay? That's good. If you didn't have any earth or something, I would tell you that you need to ground or something, but you've got everything working in your life here, plus the major arcana. So in Pisces' reading, this was a child in their family or in their soul family, somebody around them who's watching them do manifestation. And this child now wants to be like them and is trying to learn how to be a wizard. And you can see that he's got his wand and he's trying to cast a spell on this bunny who is not worried in the slightest because he doesn't really know what he's doing here. But I believe this is going to be a child in your life that will be inspired by you and how you work your energy, especially if you get the sun to come out in your life and you are really happy and you went from this five of boons energy being out in the cold to laying in the sun. Of course, that's going to be very inspirational for some young people, and they're going to want to learn how to manifest as well. And so I'm just feeling like there's going to be a child that's going to watch you grow and bloom because of your true reality, which is this new family or something is waiting for you, and they're going to want to do magic too. Could be a young fire sign, but it doesn't have to be, okay? Now, the energy, the underlying energy, which is at the bottom of the deck here, is the Three of Challenges in the reverse, okay? So the Three of Challenges is the Three of Swords, and that's always heartbreak. And you can see that right here. This card talks about the story about the widow who, widower who he was so poor he couldn't feed himself and his children. So, you know, like I said, you know, back in the days, people used to leave their children out in the forest. And I didn't want to, you know, I don't want to judge their parents, but their parents obviously weren't right for them. It's these people who are. But then you have stories like this, where this father loves his children dearly and doesn't want to leave them out in the forest, but he does. He does because his reasoning is that if he leaves them in the forest and they learn how to survive, at least they'll survive. If they get killed by an animal, at least it's faster than slow starvation, which is what they would experience with him. But the moral of the story behind this is, you know, he didn't have to give up. He didn't have to. He could still have hope in the divine. He could have hope in miracles. He could, you know, for all he knows, the very next morning he could wake up and you know, come into a lot of money. And then what happens? He's going to go run out into the forest and try to find his children. And are they dead by then? Or, you know what I mean? So to me, you know, okay, so when you get the Three of Swords in reverse, it means that you've healed from heartache, okay? And so I think that this is what the underlying energy is you need to heal from this heartache. You need to not break your own heart, okay? Like I was saying, like if these boys stay in this very intense feeling of isolation, if they don't look around, if they just stay there on purpose, they're breaking their own hearts by not being able to be grateful for their life, for what they do have, for the home that is the earth, whether they're inside of a house or not. That's breaking their own heart in a way. I know that sounds harsh to some people. Sometimes you're like, you know, well, you have a home to live in. You know, if you had to live outside, I'm sure you'd be pretty sad. Well, it is true, but that's the teaching of being grateful, and that's how you get tested. You write this kind of stuff into your own blueprint so that you can test yourself. This isn't God doing this to them. This isn't the devil doing this to them. This is us writing our divine blueprint because we know we're spiritual badasses and that we can get through something like this. And if they don't, then in the next lifetime, they will be presented with something similar. All right, I'm just going to get this out of here. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have from the fairies. And then we'll go ahead and get your flower card. I don't think I need to clarify any of this. It's pretty self-explanatory. Trying not to record too long of videos, but oh well. I've been, you know, I didn't do half as many readings as I did before I started this journey on YouTube, and so using my intuition so much every single week has really turned it on, has really exercised that muscle. And so now my readings are just longer. So I don't want to hurry through a reading, but you know, on days like today when my internet it's been going slow last couple of days. I'm not the only one who's been seeing that. It's been taking hours to upload my videos when they used to take you know, half an hour. So I'm trying not to have too long videos, but I'm just channeling my ass off these days, I guess. All right. Thank you, fairies. Oh, wow. They just gave you a shit ton of cards all at once. Okay. And how they were able to get them all in a stack like that in the middle of the deck is a miraculous thing to me. Okay. All right. So what we are starting with here is pure intention. The fairy of manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. Yeah, when we do intention, we have to, we tend to say, oh, yeah, please bring me a new job. Please bring me riches. Please bring in a new car. Please, all this stuff for us. But when that's actually kind of selfish, and that's, technically black magic because it's selfish, okay? So what you got to do when you do intentions is that, because we are all one. We're all one. Separation is an illusion. So if you're asking for abundance and blessings for your life, also ask for everyone else. All the humans, all the animals, all the planets, all our brothers and sisters in the universe and beyond, okay? That's pure intention. That's pure of heart. That's love for everyone and everything and wanting to share. Tree wisdom. Okay, the tree dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sound it makes. Wow, that is cool. So, there's a tree dryad here who wants to help you navigate, okay? So her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sound it makes. That's interesting. So what I'm feeling like is if you hear flute sounds or something within the next few days, like pay attention. Find out where they're coming from. Yeah, there must be some kind of message that's coming with that sound. Whoa, God, I love these cards. That is beautiful. She's beautiful. Okay, light. The fairy queen, oh, she's the queen. The fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. Yeah, see, that's part of this this pure intention deal here, okay? This is, you have to be light. You have to let the light in. The light. Okay? The light. Let the light in. There's light everywhere, okay? And tree wisdom and transformation. Oh, a lot of people have been getting this. Isn't she so cute and pretty? Transformation. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Yep, embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm saying, you guys. This is your transformation, okay? You're going from these little homeless boys to abundance beyond your dreams, okay? Like everything just falling into place. You're going, I mean, look at the stark difference between these cards. Okay, this is poverty and homelessness and being left out in the cold, and this is warmth and beauty and abundance. That's definitely a huge change, okay? And if you're in this this energy of the glass is half empty, you got to get into that glass is half full. And that is a true transformation, and that will be pure intention, and that will bring in light, that will bring in what you're trying to manifest. All right, let's see. Before I forget, how much control do you have over this situation? I can gauge that by the number of major arcana to minor. Okay, and you've got, what was this one? Yeah, it is. So you've got sunlight, you've got the lyre, you've got the black shuck, and you've got the moonlight here. So that's 4. 4 out of 10 cards means a good chunk of this is your divine blueprint. In fact, I've got to say, with this transformation that's coming from the lack mentality to the abundance mentality, this is a huge lesson for your divine blueprint. If you are able to transition from being in lack mentality and being disenchanted with life into a place that is grateful and happy and like a childlike happiness, playing with the energies that are available to you, then this is a huge jump towards enlightenment. This lesson definitely will make your soul rise in vibration to places you never thought you could go. I mean, just look at her. She's happy. She's sweet. She's kind. This is where you're going. She's so beautiful. You're going to be like that. Now let's see. Let's get a flower from the flower sprites. Now just remember your hope. Unless you're hoping for a Capricorn here, this is a liar, okay? They're not good. You're going through a huge change, which is why Black Shuck is there, and the moonlight is, there's a bunch of illusion. There's fear itself there. There's just, oh, wow. All right. You got the lily. Majesty and virtue. The lily is the emblem rare of many virtues, good and rare. Virtue and majesty. Okay, so virtue and majesty. Okay, this is what's coming towards you. Your heart is you're about to be. Once you become virtuous, you will become sovereign. You will step into your sovereign power. You will be like royalty. All right, Cancer, that's what I have for you this time. I hope you enjoyed your reading. So see you next time.